Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is LMMS, and this is LMMS as soon as you open it up, before you know how to use this, before you've done anything. So we're going to jump right into it. Top right-hand corner of this particular window, you have these four windows: Song Editor, Beat Baseline Editor, FX Mixer, and Controller Rack. We're going to X out of it, top right corner, X out of it with a left click, Controller Rack, X out of it with a left click. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to be aware that all you have to do is hover with your cursor over a particular icon, and it's going to tell you what that is. So we have instrument plugins, my projects, my samples, my presets, my home, my computer. These particular icons we don't need to know right now because this is an ultra beginner's tutorial. Over here, you have your digital display, and that's your tempo or your beats per minute. So whatever project you're working in, currently it's at 140 beats per minute, and we're in 4/4 time signature. And don't worry about that right now. What is important are these icons right here, because this is how you open and close your windows. So come over to this particular icon. It's going to say Hot Song Editor. Left click on that once. The next one is going to be your Beat and Baseline Editor. The next one is going to be your piano roll. Now, your piano roll does not automatically open up when you open up LMMS for the first time. So we're going to click out of this, and I'm going to show you how. In the future, you will go to your piano roll area, left click twice, and you can open up your piano roll that way. And also, you come over here to this piano icon up in the top left-hand side, left click once, and it's going to open up your piano roll. Next, you're going to come here to automation. Automation is for beginners. Don't worry about that. X out of it. I'm sorry, automation is for more advanced songwriters. So X out of that. Don't need to know that as an ultra beginner right now. We're going to open up our FX mixer with this icon. And we're going to open up our controller rack with this final icon. So this is how you can open and close, because you can touch this. This is the this is the song editor. You can touch it twice, double click it, and it goes away. Now you touch it again once, and look at that, the window came back. So when you have a lot of music going on this one particular screen, that knowledge is going to help you to navigate with more clarity and more precision and accuracy than if you have stuff scattered all over the place. Okay, next we're going to X out of all of these windows, with the exception of your song editor and your FX mixer, because these windows here are for later tutorial. Okay, now that we've established the windows and how you can open and close them, I'm going to show you what's going on with Song Editor. Now, Song Editor, come over to the far left-hand side and left-click on these dimples and drag it up. Automation track is now on top. Come down to the beat and bass line, come to the far left-hand side, just to the left of the gear icon. Hold it down with your left mouse button and drag it up. And now it's on top. Now, we don't need any of these for this tutorial, so we're going to remove this track. Left-click on the gear icon, remove this track. Left gear on the click icon, remove this track. Left gear on the click icon, remove this track. Now we're going to come over here, hover My Samples. Come to the left of the instruments on the plus icon, open up your samples. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to choose this piano. I'm going to left-click on it, and that's the sound that I want. I'm going to left-click, hold, and drag, and bring it into the song editor window to the left-hand side of that bold white line that you see. Now we're going to, okay, you can drag as many instruments as you want at any time you like. What I'm going to do right now, I don't want piano 2 right now. I'm going to left-click, and I'm going to remove this track. I'm going to left click on my samples and close that particular menu. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is make 2 of these pianos because I want to show you how you can do it. We're going to go to left click, clone this track, and you see how they are identical right now. Same name, same positions on the knobs. Now what I'm going to do, left click, and I'm going to remove this track. Now I'm going to left click, double left click on the volume button, and I'm going to open up this volume button. I'm going to manually change it. I'm going to left click in that little gray box. I'm going to manually change it to 50, the volume to 50, because that may have been a bit loud when I got that sample. And I hope it didn't affect your ears too much. And we're going to hit OK. And if you notice, the volume button is no longer straight up and down. It has decreased. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, left click, and I'm going to clone this track. And if you notice, it's cloned the track exactly to this particular track. Because if I open up samples, drag in piano 1, the volume knob is straight up and down as opposed to 50% decreased. Now, and it's actually 25% decreased because it's based on a value of 1 to 100. Now, we don't need either of these because we have too many. We're going to remove this track, left click, remove this track. Next thing that we're going to do is we are going to assign this particular sample to a mixing channel. And this is a very useful tool because it's going to help give you more volume controls in the future. Anytime you assign a new channel to a song editor area, go ahead and do this first things first, and it's going to put you ahead of the game. Now, first, we're going to open this up, and we're going to change the name. This is now Piano 1. And if you notice, the name changed to Piano 1. Next, we're going to come to this plus icon in the FX mixer and create a new channel. Left click, and now we have a new channel. Now we come up to this FX box, to this display, left click, drag up. Now this instrument has now been assigned to this channel. Now we're going to rename this channel so that we know all of our instruments and we can take a look at them as we're playing back and mixing. We're going to left click on the name here, FX1, and we're going to change the name in this little gray box which has popped up over here. We're going to call it Piano 1. We're going to left click OK. And now we're going to do this very quickly and show you just how easy it is. Open up your samples. I'm going to pick Piano 2. I'm going to drag Piano 2 over to this area. Double left click on Piano 2. Open this window up and change the volume to 50. We're going to hit OK. You can always take the volume back up, but it's best to work with the volume on lower levels rather than higher levels, because when it comes time to mixing the song, you can always amplify. Next, we're going to close this box out for the sake of simplicity. Left click and open up our new audio file processor. Now we're going to rename it Piano 2. Next, we're going to come down to our FX mixer, click on the plus icon, and add a new channel. We're going to come up to this digital display, left click, hold up, and drag it. Now we've assigned it to that channel. Now we're going to double left click on FX2 so that we can rename it. We're going to rename it Piano 2. Going to click OK. Next, we're going to open up Piano 1 audio file processor with a simple left click. And now we're going to take a sample and we're going to see if our notes have actually been assigned to the proper channels. So we have Piano 1 right here. Take a listen below this green box. We'll make a left click. Master and Piano 1 to the left hand screen. are both responsive. Now we're going to come to piano 2 below this green box and test it. Piano 2 and master 1 are synced up. And you can also test your sounds right here with this little gray box to the left of the volume knob. Piano 1 and piano 2. All right, so this is an ultra simple intro into the layout of LMMS. And if you fiddle around with this, it's going to be a lot easier when you go to take a tutorial with much more skilled sound technicians. Cubition's a good one. Cohart's a good one. And I'll leave some description. I will leave some links to those channels in the box below. So I hope you find this helpful, and I hope this is going to help make your tutorial taking process easier. Next up is piano roll. So that's coming. See you next time.